All right, Darren, there you go. Oh, it's heavy, isn't it? Yeah, right. No, in the mouth, right in the mouth of the dragon. Yeah, it may take two of you to lift it up.
Help each other out, guys.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Dragon dreaming.
Nyla, help him put it on the dragon. Nice.
There you go. All righty. Go ahead and dump it all in.
You know something happens.
Yeah. Now what you're going to notice is if there was any smell at all when we put our moldy hamburgers and bread and fat and grease and all the stuff they tell you can't put in the compost, when we put it in there, if we don't wash it down with a hose, it could start to smell up there, but it never smells on the back end. The process of biogas generation not only turns it into useful methane for cooking and for electricity generation or heating water, it also turns it into liquid fertilizer, and it has no smell that is objectionable. It does have a smell, but not a bad one, and it attracts no flies, no rats, no roaches. It's a very clean process, and it keeps the food waste out of the landfill where it's causing global warming to exacerbate by increasing the methane content of the atmosphere. So we are doing our part to make sure nothing goes into landfill that can cause us harm. That is our goal here. And the other thing sitting next to it is, because we clean all of our plastic, and you can see here some plastic shred, we wash out our yogurt cups, we wash out our ketchup bottles, anything, mayonnaise packets, we wash them because we want the dragon to get all of the nutrition it can, so we get good methane and we get good fertilizer for our plants to grow healthy food. That leaves us with clean plastic that we store here. We never take out the garbage. We keep our clean plastic and then we shred it. And then what Mary Lim and I are doing, you can tell them what we're doing with it.
We're combining it with recycled glass sand, which is glass that we crush at a machine and it turns into sand. Some of you have already gone through that with Valerie, and then we mix it with cement and just make stuff like this.
That is trashcrete. The other one you can see is broken, the other leg, because at the time we didn't have enough garbage, so we couldn't fill it. We made a hollow leg and then some kids climbed on it and they cracked it. So now we're getting more and more garbage. The dragon's head, we can make anything. You probably saw the bear that Mary Lim's been working on with us over there, the black bear statue. It looks gray right now, not black. And you see the green gopher tortoise statue? That is 6 years worth of my garbage.
Oh my goodness.
All shredded up, so it's very small after 6 years. It used to fill 18 big totes, and then we shredded it down to 2. And then we kept putting it in with the glass crush, and we made that tortoise, which is going to be a fountain. We're making paving stones now. We're making anything you see at Disneyland. They have that stuff called shapecrete, rocks, and the tree of life at Disney's Animal Kingdom. We can now make that out of plastic shredded, any kind of plastic. I don't care what is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't sort our plastics. We don't worry about taking our trash out. We're going to shred it all up, mix it with that Portland cement and a little bit of glass crushed sand with the labels still on. We don't take the labels off. We don't have to wash it or steam it. And we turn it into sculptures. Now we're making paving stones. So we're not spending money. So that part of the property, that back area there, is 100% garbage free. And none of the so-called garbage from that back area where we have students working and staying, where we stay, none of that has ever gone to the dumpster or to the landfill, and we don't need to recycle because we're turning it into stuff ourselves. Isn't that cool? 100% of the food waste and the yard waste is fed to the dragons. That's also a dragon pretending to be a wishing well. And then 100% of the food waste, the residuals, and then we have biodigesters around the property that turn our toilet waste into fuel and fertilizer too. We don't have septic tanks. We make our own biodigesters. That means that all our organic residuals, rather than being bad, are now good. And the more people there are, like if you have a refugee camp situation, if there's a hurricane and we're all crowded into a gym somewhere and there's thousands of us like sleeping in little cots next to one another, you'd be like, well, what are we going to do if somebody has to go to the bathroom? What are we going to do with the food waste that we're exchanging? It's going to create smells and roaches and flies and disease. Like, no, you just need to make a biodigester. This we built in 5 days. So if there's an emergency, we could certainly build a biodigester in 5 days that could take most of the toilet waste and food waste that would otherwise cause problems and actually kill people. Cholera, typhoid, dysentery, rats carrying diseases, bubonic plague. None of that would have happened if everybody had biodigesters around and put all of their food and toilet waste in these. It would be safe, clean, simple, and we wouldn't need as much fossil fuels. So you're looking at the solution to humanity's greatest problems. And it's right here in your own backyard. Isn't that cool? Yep. And you can also, did they go through the greenhouse?
A part of them.
There on the right side, there are 2 home biodigesters.